So what does thinking for yourself in relationships look like? It means stop letting a broken culture define what Black love is. Stop letting political agendas of people that don't care about the Black community define what Black love is. You stop letting money define worth. You stop letting trends override biblical order. And you ask, does it build family? Does it produce peace? Does it reflect what God intended?
Welcome to Think for Yourself Friday with Damon K. Jones. This is where we challenge the narrative, question everything, and focus on results over emotion.
This is everybody. Good morning. I hope everybody's having a Black-tastic Friday. And this is Think for Yourself Friday, and I'm Damon K. Jones. This is where we challenge narratives, question assumptions, and focus on truth through logic, outcome, wisdom, and even biblical scripture. Today's subject is thinking for yourself in relationships, because too many people are taking relationship advice from people whose advice produces broken homes, confusion, and loneliness. Nobody wants to say it. See, a lot of what passes for relationship wisdom today is basically bad advice. Somewhere along the way, we lost the art of Black love. We replaced covenant with convenience, commitment with consumption, and character with currency. And too many relationships are being measured by money, status, and leverage instead of the principles that God has intended. And that's showing up in the outcomes, brothers and sisters. We have more division, more distrust, more broken families. We have less marriages, more divorces. So today I want to challenge something. I want to challenge, are people thinking for themselves in relationships? Or are they just repeating what this damaged, broken Black culture has taught them? Let's deal with the word culture and what it has turned into controversy. The word submission. How many modern conversations, especially in Black relationships, submission is treated like a weakness. It's treated taboo. But if we call ourselves Christians, if we call ourselves faithful people, we would have to actually go by what the scriptures say. Or am I wrong? In Ephesians 5:22, it says, wives, submit yourselves unto your husbands as unto the Lord. People stop there and they freak out. They just go crazy. But then they don't keep reading when it says in Ephesians 5:25, husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church, and he gave himself for it. Notice the standard, brothers and sisters. The husband ain't called to dominate you. Submission has nothing to do with domination. And if anything, the husband is called to go further in submission to his wife, because the scriptures tells the husband he should give his life for his wife. He is called to die to self, to love sacrificially. That's what the man is called to do. And you sisters are out here getting twisted about the word submission, when the scriptures doesn't tell you to give your life for your husband. It tells the husband to give the life for you, to serve, protect, to lead with responsibility. That is a heavy command on the man. And y'all got it twisted like it's for you. Then Ephesians tells the man, so ought men to love their own wives as their own bodies. Don't tell the woman to do none of that. Now think about that. If a man is committed to love a woman as Christ loved the church, and Christ gave his life, why would submission to that kind of love be oppression? Black woman, why would the woman not desire to submit to righteous love, protection, and sacrifice? The problem is our culture. Our culture has defined submission through abuse and control. Our politics. Y'all keep following these white liberals that tell you that you don't have to go by what the scripture says. You don't have to pay attention to biblical order. That's old news. That's what they tell you. How do we call ourselves Christians, followers of Christ, and then we look at biblical headship as tyranny instead of responsibility? Even before Paul addresses wives in Ephesians 5:21, submitting yourself to one another is in fear of God. So submission is a trade-off. The man submits to the woman, and the woman submits to the man. Now, black women are online taking the word submission out of their wedding vows. You already sent your marriage to hell because submission is in the scripture. Submission is in the divine order. Submission is in mutual humility, mutual honor, mutual order. That is God's blueprint, and no wonder we're looking crazy as hell out here in relationships, black people. But society, see, they made black love about green money, about leverage, about what someone has. And we have allowed broken culture to dictate to God's people what love is, while we have abandoned what God said love is. And we wonder why our community is crazy as hell. We wonder why our marriage struggles. Think about what we're told today. Men and women, don't submit. Protect yourself first. Leave when things get hard. Measure a partner by what they can provide. That's the worldview. That's the black culture view on black love. But does it produce healthy marriages? That is the question. See, because in this series, brothers and sisters, we judge ideas by outcomes. And outcomes will always matter, not your feelings. Oh, well, I feel. No. What are the outcomes? See, if these crazy social media people, men and women, don't get it twisted, keep giving advice that produce loneliness, instability, broken homes, and in some, mental health disorders, building their anxiety, maybe that advice is flawed. See, too much of what is sold today in black love has been reduced to economics, income, lifestyle, status, as if the relationship is primarily transactional. See, but being in a relationship through the covenant, it was never built on transaction. Not at all. It was built on character, discipline, faithfulness, shared values, things that money can't buy. You can have a man with $300 million. That doesn't mean he's going to be disciplined and faithful and have shared values, sisters. 1 Corinthians 13 says that love is patient, love is kind, love seeketh not her own, love endureth. See, that's not marketplace language of today. That's covenant language. That when you take your vow on your wedding day, your vow is supposed to be to that language, not the language of today's culture. When people stop thinking for themselves, brothers and sisters, they let a wounded culture define healthy relationships. They let social trends overrule scripture. They let broken norms become normal. And when enough people do that, wrong start looking real right. And the truth start looking strange. And here we are today in the black community. See, because the black community, especially, this matters. Family stability is not a side issue. It's the foundation. See, we have to try to work away from the gender warfare that is promoted by some of these bitter men and bitter women. We need to talk about more wisdom, less ideology, more blueprint, less listening to these broken, miserable people online, men and women, more listening to what works. So what does thinking for yourself in relationships look like? It means stop letting a broken culture define what Black love is. Stop letting political agendas of people that don't care about the Black community define what Black love is. You stop letting money define worth. You stop letting trends override biblical order. And you ask, does it build family? Does it produce peace? Does it reflect what God intended? Because if it doesn't produce healthy outcomes, brothers and sisters, it deserves to be questioned. See, and here's the good news. God did not leave us without a blueprint. Ecclesiastes 4:9 says, two are better than one because they have good reward for their labor. And then verse 12 says, a threefold cord is not quickly broken. God, man, and woman. That is the structure. That is the strength. That is the order, whether you like it or not. See, before you accept relationship advice, examine the outcomes. Before you reject submission, study what the scripture actually says. Before you let money become the measure of your love, remember the covenant with God was never built on currency. It was built on character. This is Think for Yourself Fridays, and I'm Damon K. Jones. And remember, brothers and sisters, we have not failed because God's blueprint is broken. We're struggling right now because we have abandoned it. We have to begin to think for ourselves, return the principles, and let the truth, not broken culture, not miserable women or men online. We have to let God shape how we love each other to survive Black love, Black relationships, Black marriages, and the Black community. And as always, I'm Damon K. Jones. Stay safe, stay blessed, and stay Blacktastic. Peace out.
If you're serious about political clarity and independent thinking, this is for you. The Political Thought Bundle includes 3 full books, all personally singling. Democrats and Republicans, the ultimate gangbangers, breaks down how the two-party system operates like a legalized street war for power. Emotional Politics, Logical Failure exposes how emotion has replaced strategy in Black political engagement. Tolerance is for Cowards lays out a blueprint for extended policing and community-led public safety rooted in outcomes rather than slogans. 3 signed books. One bundle, $60. That's a $75 value, and you're getting signed copies included. This isn't left versus right. It's results versus rhetoric. Go to twosteppublishing.com and secure your signed Political Thought Bundle today. It's going to be Blacktastic. For more than a century, Black America built its own economy under segregation, under discrimination, and under conditions most people today cannot imagine. We built businesses. We built banks. We bought land and property. In The Forgotten Blueprint, Damon K. Jones reveals how Black communities created thriving economic systems from 1800 to 1965 and why that blueprint still matters today. This book challenges the idea that our future depends on politics alone and shows how ownership, family, and enterprise once powered Black prosperity. The blueprint is not lost. We just stopped using it. The Forgotten Blueprint, how Black America built its own economy from 1800 to 1965. On sale now at Two-Step Publishing and Amazon. Westchester magazine has been giving our community a voice, reporting the stories others ignore, holding power accountable, and making sure the truth about our communities is told by us. But independent Black media only survives when the community supports it. If you believe in real journalism, community accountability, and keeping Black voices strong in local news, we need your help. Your donation helps us continue covering the stories that matter: politics, education, justice, and economic empowerment right here in Westchester. Support Black media, support Black truth, support Black Westchester Magazine. Donate today and help keep Black media alive. Because Black-owned independent media is Blacktastic. Black Westchester Magazine presents People Before Politics, the Sunday Rundown, every Sunday at 6 p.m. on YouTube. Join Damon K. Jones, AJ Woodson, and Larnez Kinsey as they break down the biggest stories in politics, culture, and community from a Black point of view. No spin, no party loyalty, just logic, accountability, and outcomes. If it impacts Black America, we're talking about it. Tap in, subscribe, set your reminder. This Sunday at 6 p.m. is going to be Blacktastic.
This is the Publisher's Desk with Damon K. Jones, brought to you by Black Westchester Magazine, where life, culture, community, and faith meet truth, power, and purpose.